Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you are all well, you beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you to everyone who joined me on the live last night at such short bloody notice. I do apologise. I usually give 24 hours. I gave a massive 24 minutes notice, mainly because of I'm an idiot. But anyway, like I say, you're amazing. I'm an idiot. Let's get straight into the meat and potatoes. As we're talking about, like I say, I know not everyone's got time for these lives, whether they're an hour long, 45 minutes, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've even seen 9-hour lives plus. And I know not everyone's got time for it. So I just wanted to break down two elements that we spoke about in the live, the two main points, and put them into nice bite-sized chunks for you. And this one is talking about Scott Green. That's it. The president of the University of Idaho. Now, some people, perhaps most of you, already know what I'm about to say, and that is that Scott Green has released a book. That's right, he's released a book. He's released a book, and it's available on Amazon. There are other vendors. Seems to be everybody around Moscow, Idaho, and this sort of place buys stuff off Amazon. But this is the book. So, University President's Crisis Handbook. How a non-traditional leader took his alma mater from from insolvency to sustainable success. He's a hero. He's a billionaire hero. He's a billionaire hero who has... and look, I get it. You know what I mean? I profit off of talking about Idaho 4 and crimes and where there's victims involved. I get it. I know I'm already going to get it down below, but you do exactly the same thing. Yeah, but I'm a fucking content creator. That's what I do. I make content and I talk about these crimes and we spitball, we speculate, and that's it. Get over it. That's my job. I don't come to your job and kick the willy out of your mouth. So shut up. This guy is a billionaire whose parents used to own 1122 King Road. I'm sure there's no significance to it, but who knows? But, you know, they used to own 1122 King Road. He's the president of the university where this crime happened, and he's dedicated an entire segment of this book that was released back on the, 23rd of November. 23rd of November to this crime. And he's tried to turn around and say, look, this was a really difficult decision. I'm sure it was. Do you like making money, Scott? Yeah. So we had about the Idaho 4 case in your book because that will help push sales? Yes, do that. And that's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's just my opinion. If you don't like it, fucking sue me. I don't care. But I just feel that this is very poor taste. This is, again, a billionaire who don't need the money. I'm guessing that he's not going to donate all the proceeds of this book to the families because 99% of people who buy this damn book are buying it because of this crime. Do you know what I mean? Is he renowned? Is he a renowned author in this field? And people are going to look and say, oh my God, Scott's written a book and we've definitely got to read this about how to run our business through a difficult period of time. This book should be how not to deal with a fucking situation. How not to do it. Ignoring the families and knocking the house down and fucking burying it to then put a garden over there that basically is like saying to people, look, I know you're upset. I know you lost friends. I know you might be worried and stuff like that. But fuck off over there in the garden and have a little cry and weep in the garden. We don't want it over here on camera. We're just over there. Go do it over there. And he talks in this book, among other things, Plunder done a video. If you want to, and I said in the live, thank you, Plunder, for your contribution to the narrative. The absolute Koberger's guilty person. And look, he might be. Who knows? I think the more that I see of this, the more fucking doubtful I am that they've actually got the right person. I used to be on the fence. I then thought, do you know what? Brian Koberger, he could have been involved. Then I went from the guy is either balls deep in it or he had absolutely nothing to do with it. Now I'm right over on, I genuinely believe they got the wrong person. And if I have to fall on my sword, so be it. Do you know what I mean? At least I've ran the process, and I can't convict somebody and say that somebody deserves to die just because it makes people on fucking YouTube happy. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But this situation is to me smells. It smells like a 10-day-old nappy diaper that's been left out in the sun. How can Scott Green get away with making this book, doing this book, and adding an entire chapter about the Idaho 4 murders and feel that that was a good contribution to the book? Do you know what I mean? Especially with regards to the entire book is supposed to be a handbook of how to navigate difficult times and come out on top, if you like. Do you know what I mean? It isn't. This is like an ego massage. The entire book is about saying, look at me, look how fantastic I am. You need to do what I'm telling you to do if you want to remain successful even in challenging times. We don't know how much you've fucked up yet, do we, Scott? Because you've knocked the fucking house down, mate. And that could have been a massive mistake. Famous line in, what is it? That there's a film, isn't there? I can't remember, but they say there's better to have something and not need it than to need it and not have it. True Romance, that's it. True Romance. Where they're talking about a gun. Better to have a gun and not need it than to need a gun and not have it. Well, it's the same with this house. It would have been better to have kept that house until after the trial. Because whatever you want to say, it's better for that house to be there and it not be needed than to later on find out that something is needed with that house and it's no longer there. Not only is it not there, the fucking thing's been buried. Along with most of the things that are needed around Moscow, Idaho. But they do go in depth in this book. They talk about the crime itself. They talk about the alerts that were put out, how they handled the students, the fact that they pretty much knew just before midday that this had happened. So pretty much the second that it was decided, this call went out to 911, it would appear that everything exploded. So it went literally from nothing and no one knowing anything to everybody knowing. Absolutely everybody. And it spread like wildfire to the point where they were having to try and get people away from the house because there was an abundance of people around the house. And, you know, it's pretty crazy what they were talking about. And again, you need to, I was going to say buy the book. Is there any way you can get the book without paying for it? Shall we all chip in? If we like put in, I don't know, 5 cents each and we'll buy it and we'll just send it around us all. That's probably a good thing to do. We'll do that. Let me know if you're in on that down below with your 5 cents and we'll get it bought and we'll have a look at it. But like I say, Plunder, she does talk about it. So if you haven't seen her video, I'll put the link in the description. You can go and check it out. But yeah, that's Scott Green's book. Scott Green's book, How to Manage a Crisis, basically. I'm brilliant. Everyone else can suck eggs. Brilliant. Let me know down below what you think. Is this just how it is? Do you think that there's any moral obligation for him to perhaps donate some of the proceeds to the families? Or are you going to be a troll and say, well, perhaps you should donate some of the proceeds, Harsh? Well, I'm not a billionaire, and I need the money. So, catch you all in the next one.